Okay, I should be live on Restream as well. Fantastic. Our new experimental expansion of the broadcast to give people more options. So this is your loving servant, the Unknown Light Warrior. Welcome to the 144K 1111 Mass Intervention Doorway Entrance into the New Age. And one of the, distinctions on this critical, pivotal mid-November period that's got, quite a few things going. There's the super full moon that's going to conjunct Uranus. That's going to be quite the wild card. Uranus about revolution, freedom, shocks, surprises. Something new, different, and unexpected. And we're certainly going to make the most out of that because, as always, we're going to be completely, perfectly positioned to ensure that we all, and let alone humanity, makes the most of that. Puts all of us onto the highest possible timeline and reaches the highest possible octave aspect of Uranus in terms of its role, conjuncting the full moon. And it all begins with now. Pluto entering Aquarius just before our 1122 mass meditation. And the 144K will be there to unravel the fullest, highest octave possibility and potential of Pluto entering Aquarius, because the best of what Aquarius, in other words, the age of Aquarius, what it has to offer, the massive, some would say unfathomable possibilities of Aquarius. We're going to actualize it on the smoothest, most immediate, results-driven path that humanity can achieve and ascend to in a matter of hours, not in a matter of weeks or months. Because the Pluto factor entering Aquarius is going to, as always, Pluto being Pluto, it's going to dig up any stuff deep within Gaia and humanity that is preventing the true glory of Aquarius. And not have humanity and all of us mired in the muck of whatever Pluto digs up upon its entrance into Aquarius. This is how you free a planet. The technical aspects, the know-how, the practical and reality aspects of freeing a planet. The white hats do their part, we do our part. And the synergy between us and them, let alone in Earth groups, is just phenomenal. The fact that the US presidential elections went so well, so smoothly, with a conclusive result being actually occurring on the night or wee hours of the following morning on election night, that is a huge indicator of a higher timeline. But the 144K has clearly played an instrumental role in actualizing. And why stop when you're winning? Even the savviest of starseeds and seers and remote viewers and psychics and whatever didn't see such a smooth, immediate, conclusive result. That thing was supposed to drag out for days, more like weeks. Proof is in the pudding. As you begin to prepare to make your mark on history, literally, be aware that as wonderful as the higher timeline indicators are, such as the presidential elections in the US going so well, so smoothly and conclusively, this 1111 to 1122 doorway journey is all about bringing things down, the change we have been waiting for and fighting for so hard for so many years. Bringing it down to the surface now. But that's the overriding primary goal of the next 3 144K mass interventions. Bringing it all down to the surface. Those sharp, beautiful, intense glimpses and pockets of 5D energies and conditions, bringing it down to the surface and actualizing it by the 22nd of November. 1111 and 22, master numbers. And the 144K is at the leading edge of sticking that key, the freedom key, in the metaphoric keyhole and turning it. As you begin to take those slow, deep breaths through your nose. As exciting as the times are, ironically, it's now time to forget about all of that. To let go of everything, to enter that place where you begin to literally access a certain kind of infallibility called the detached, seemingly non-caring, now moment. Start entering the now. As you continue to breathe deeply through your nose, which of course effectively begins the mass meditation. And if you're new, just play along. Let go and trust, like with that limitless attitude of a child. And you will be guided on how to more fully unleash far more of your innate dormant power. But let go and go beyond, way beyond your existing spiritual paradigm and level of consciousness. That takes trust, a certain amount of courage, but you're not alone. Not by any stretch. And it's all going to be worthwhile. Beyond your wildest dreams. Now it's time to actualize the sacred underlying purpose of you being here and projecting your consciousness from the physical to the non-physical to actualize your God powers in a literal sense. My job is to get you into position see yourself in that gigantic silver translucent crystal ball. See all the non-physical bodies or aspects of all other 144K comrades, evenly spaced near the equator on the inside of this crystal ball, forming that ring of directed, focused consciousness. Because consciousness is king. That shapes reality, especially when directed and projected from this physical plane to any non-physical realm. Let's call in Gaia. Authentic Gaia or authentic Gaia. We call upon the one true authentic goddess Gaia. Please be here with us. Authentic Gaia. Can we please have your permission to take you up with us to managers of multiverses? See Gaia in the middle, a door, the beautiful oceans, white polar ice caps, clouds over the oceans. And now we start to move up. You notice the first few horizontal white layers of this universe. And that familiar, comforting, therapeutic, centering, light flickering of light on the translucent walls of the crystal ball. Reappear. As we zoom up the layers of this universe, at incredible speeds, trust in our unity. As you simply shift your consciousness from your left hemisphere brain to your right hemisphere brain, via so-called imagination, just like junk DNA, there's no such thing. It's all consciousness. Level of consciousness that decides how far you go. As you enjoy the ride, as you rise higher and higher to levels of light that the opposing forces cannot compete with. That's why we do this. Know that you're in the right place at the right time. To fulfill your unique soul purpose, soul task, based on your unique soul talents and abilities. As you take that last glance at Gaia, in that completely non-trying, instantaneous way, you hold your point of attention inward, which is where the real reality is. Take your last look around. At Gaia and the soft flickering light in the background. And then all of a sudden, everything goes bright white. very bright as we reach and move through that last thick outer boundary of this universe. And the bright light disappears. And you see a very big ball of light beneath us. That is the universe that we just left to rapidly descend. Turning into a small ball of light. And we rise above a whole ocean of small balls of light that are all the other universes in this neighborhood of this multiverse. And we rise above this multiverse, and we rise above a whole ocean of multiverses, as evidenced by a whole ocean of other, slightly more hazier balls of light that are all the other universes, multiverses. So we're going 2 levels up. And all of that disappears. Now, call in your guides if you consciously work with guides while I quickly go through the standard protocols. Otherwise, look around you. Play around with the image that's already there, just through your intent. And always remember, faint images work perfectly well as we continue to rise above all that is to massive powers and levels of light. Authentic hide, authentic hide. We call upon the one true authentic light beings, the hide. Please make sure we go to you when no one else true hide. And you look up and you see through the roof of the crystal ball, all of a sudden, a single little point of white light, getting bigger and bigger and brighter, starting to light up the whole roof of the crystal ball. As part of that critical stage of setting the stage for mass concentration of power and light. We don't work alone at all. And we finally reach it. We come to a sudden yet somehow gentle stop, and we slowly and lovingly move through this platform of light, a very special realm. As we rise above it, it lovingly envelops the crystal ball. Gaia in the middle. It's quite the compression, or should I say decompression process, because this is quite the super high frequency, where your field is cleared just by being up here. As we rise above this platform of light, it closes at the bottom, opens up at the top. Gaia, the most sacred, in the middle. And we rise above. We form a straight line. Behind and a little above Gaia. Such power and responsibility. As you're guided through the process of stepping into your true identity and your purpose. Your true purpose here. It will be all over soon. We just need to bring things home, down to the surface. Feel the strength and power of our solidarity. Unwavering, unflinching. And feel that in your heart. The crystal ball peels evenly and slowly from the top center all the way down. Pay attention to that super high frequency of light. That's certainly some of you, especially if you're sensitive. All of a sudden comes gushing out you in all the right ways. And let's spend a minute connecting with, feeling the overseers of multiverses, extremely primordial beings working directly for and on behalf of Goddess. Otherwise known as Source. If you're new, you may simply see him as very big and translucent light beings. And just let go and be here. Because consciousness is king. Your consciousness is already everywhere. You're just learning to really use it. Authentic God, please send us a massive wave of your energy so we can truly fuel you to an undeniable, unmistakable, physical level. Don't buy it all. The image is instantaneously there. Let go. Feel what they feel like. Really let go and have a little bit of your background attention on the center of your head where some of your higher senses are. Ah, nice. Authentic card. Send us a massive wave of your energy into our hearts. Connect with us and engage our hearts. And have a little bit of background attention or background consciousness on the center of your chest for that feeling, that pulse of their unique energy signature. Just being up here cleanses and upgrades your system. As this meditative state that you're in effectively already begins this mass meditation. Feel these energies preparing you. And just being here clears any muck in your aura, turning it into that beautiful, stunning violet color. Yes, it's true. Be here with them, with us. This is primary reality. This is primary reality. This is primary reality. Let go and unleash your mind, your consciousness. Observe I guess, the northern hemisphere of Gaia in front of us. In the foreground, shift a little bit of your attention or glance at your guides if you consciously work with any. As we're quickly approaching that culminating point of entering the 1111 doorway. While I quickly call in the rest of the teams, I call upon the infinite army of the authentic amalgam of the Oberon lineage. I call upon the elders of the amalgam. I call upon the team of beings that created this universe and the unique phenomena known as physicality for the ultimate goal of corralling darkness back to the light that represents itself as one man, referred to in this model as Oberon. Place him in whatever field of vision, within your field of vision that suits you. Now quickly repeat after me. I call upon all of my high dimensional aspects. I call upon the entirety of my soul. And see what looks like a distant white star up above. That is your soul. Repeat after me. I call upon my authentic oversoul. And see that bigger ball of light behind your soul in a different color for the sake of visual contrast. And lastly, call upon your I am presence in your voice, in your own way. And see it as a bigger ball of light behind your oversoul. Connect with it. Through the most unraveled form of consciousness that this changing matrix calls imagination. Authentic Legion of Light. There is Gaia. Here is the 144K. Making it happen. Actualizing things. The tip of the sword. There is Gaia. Take us to the space and place of omnipresence, where we are everywhere, at once. Take that last glance at the stunning panoramic scene, and all of a sudden there's a bright flashing of light. It's so bright you have to squint your eyes. Let go of your left hemisphere rational mind, because it's not made for this. Primary reality is within. Use it. I can only show you the door, as the old saying goes, but you still have to walk through it. As that bright light disappears, everything looks the same. Time for freedom. Authentic Legion of Light. It is the always critical 11:11, but this time of 2024. We are requesting the highest 11:11 doorway, certainly not the lowest. Not even the middle ground. There is Gaia. From the space of omnipresence, can you please scan and clear everything that stands in the way of bringing in 5D, fifth dimensional or fifth density energies down and through into the physical plane surface of Gaia by 11:22. We have the support of Pluto entering Aquarius for such dramatic actualizations and change. We have the assistance of Pluto in Capricorn during this 11-day, sacred 11-day passage to show and clear whatever's in the way of bringing in the 5D energies down to the physical surface of this planet. And even if that can only exist in pockets of the physical surface plane, actualize and prepare our individual energy fields and systems down to the physical level so that these pockets appear in our regions, towns or cities of where our physical aspects reside on the physical surface. As we know, it'll inevitably expand outwards from there, all the way to compression breakthrough, that explosion of light on the surface by either 12:12 or 12:21 solstice, whatever is for the highest good. to honor and respect our well-earned, actualized change in our physical lives, in our personal lives, here on the physical surface, where all the action is. Now, I know some of you, if not most of you, probably had what are literally inceptions, inserted mind programming, false matrices, referred to as quote unquote dreams of last night or early this morning. Unpleasant ones, if you had any of those. Begin by showing the teens. Whatever that dream was. Briefly show them that. No need to relive it fully at all. And just have the team somewhere in the background of your consciousness as you do that. It can all be done in a second. Because it's time to use Arcturian terms, extreme retaliation of the form that it most regrets. Time to show any remaining opposing forces the true meaning of the word digging its own grave. Welcome to the 144K. Okay, now. Authentic Legion of Light. We have just under 9 days to make the most of these Plutonian energies and divine purpose that's so transformative while it's still in Capricorn. Let's make the absolute most of it. To finally fulfill the most highest octave possibility and result of Pluto in Capricorn. And turn painful destruction into blissful transformation. The highest purpose and highest octave of Pluto in Capricorn. Let's clear the way. And like I said, any negative experiences in the sleep state or otherwise is nothing more than resistance that these Plutonian energies hasn't quite uncovered yet. And we're going to produce a massive ascension in the space of the next hour. Let's get it on. Now, in your own words, ask the teams to scan the whole of what you experience in terms of any form of negativity, especially in the sleep state, and trace it to the source. As always, Gaia is in the quarantine sphere. Think, feel. The intent and frequency of omnipresence as there's certainly a lot of what has been referred to as off-gassing. As Gaia is in the white quarantine sphere, the algorithm, that's super powerful, multi-pronged, multi-layered, omnipresent algorithm of finding anything dark, technological or otherwise, wherever it exists. As the plot begins to reveal itself. Just relax. Be that silent, detached, non-trying witness. As we dust up, clear up, mop up stuff of whatever form or kind is already up. As you begin to employ your natural soul talents and pre-assigned soul tasks that, generally speaking, only you can do. As always, the less you try, the easier it is. And anything dark, as we do some dusting, anything dark, turn it into white. Trust in your mind's eye. Because you can. Give yourself permission to trust. Give yourself permission to really let go and trust. Broaden your vision. See your soul over soul and I am in the background. Okay, you sensitives may have felt something there, as all of us, I guess, let alone these massive high dimensional levels of light and concentrated focus of light to such an extreme extent goes to town. As always, as you use your natural talent, purpose, turn anything dark into white light. Hold your focus very briefly on anything dark. In that relaxed, not trying way, turn it white. As always, change the background color of the quarantine sphere in order to contrast your white transmutational light. Hold that focus for a few seconds, then see the white light disappear, leaving a clear divine goddess background color representing completed transmutation. And then do it again. As for the next 5 or 10 minutes or so, we clear the garbage, covering up something that we need to get to. And clear that. That'll naturally, by default, ascend to Gaia and humanity into the highest 1111 doorway. Because there's always more than one doorway. You don't necessarily have to make sense of anything from your left hemisphere's perspective. You transmute and ask questions later. Otherwise, ascension will take forever. It's as much or more about receiving the image, than it is doing. And just do your best to either see some of the teams in the background, or hold them somewhere in the background of your consciousness as you transmute systematically, ruthlessly, in the divine sense, of course. As rest assured, the plot will reveal itself. As is an extremely deep process of discovery. and love that process. Anyone struggling? Then just truly unravel your so-called imagination as the intent has been set, and receive the image. It's often done before you even get a chance to think about it. You have to be quick to receive the image as the answer is right where the intention is set, or right where the question is asked. Let go and observe. Show the teams what you see. Turn it white. It's really a 50-50 game of observing, noticing, sharing. Because your consciousness from the physical, projected from this physical plane, is that last missing link that clicks it all into place. Believe it. It's time to come home and return to the true reality. And the rational mind will truly understand that after 11:22. Hold that focus. Feel, and if you don't or can't, then quote unquote imagine it and you're there. This mass focus concentration of multidimensional and multiversal light powering its way, streaming through your heart. That itself is connected to the infinite. There's a lot up, but we're making quick work of it. Because we're focused, we're unwavering, unflinching, and we know what we want. Remember to take that occasional glance over in the background of your soul, oversoul, and I am. She felt that. And just really hold that attention inward, that sacred, sometimes faint internal image, because that's where your secrets, intrinsic with your true identity, lie. Just remember to transmute the living crap out of anything dark. Again, from far away, outside the quarantine sphere, it always looks like hazy, grainy, spotty, or amorphous garbage. Transmute it. And then go deeper by detaching but observing even more. I'm just going to be quiet for 5 minutes as we begin to finish up this unmasking, mopping up process. And if you're new, just know that when you detach and observe inward in that non-trying way, because the intent has been set, any block to actualized freedom down to the physical surface level, no matter how tiny it is, even if it's the size of a sub-quantum particle, never mind a quantum particle or an atom, whatever size it is, your mind's eye will show it as big enough for your rational mind to see it. So don't you worry about that. This is true omnipresence, actualizing your true soul's potential and guiding you to that. That's my job. Anything dark, turn it white. Then the next thing, turn it white. unsurprisingly, I suppose, there seems to be a cube kind of structure around the inner core of Gaia. Although it only seemed to be partly there. Which is a sign that it's damaged or very weakened. And I guess there's always a reason why there's no full compression breakthrough. Through the portal system of the core of Gaia, up through the ground into the surface of this density. And if you're new, it's okay and quite normal for it to take a while for you to see the thing that you need to see and transmute and clear, often at the last minute, per your unique pre-assigned soul purpose, task, and unique ability. Very normal. As often that's some form of resistance. Where for some of us it can take a while of settling our minds enough, detaching enough, letting go enough, receiving that internal image or reality instantaneously enough through detachment and non-trying. Go deep. As our unity consciousness comes in with ruthless abandon from all sorts of angles and perspectives per your soul path and purpose and talents. That darkness does not and cannot expect. Welcome to the 144K. Where your existence here, all those tens of thousands of years, is made worthwhile. More than you can possibly imagine. As you quickly, for the next minute, wrap up whatever it is that you're doing per your soul path and purpose. A rather interesting little bit of instructions are coming up next. to actualize your purpose. Your purpose must be actualized. Transmute, transmute, transmute. So that what we do next, holds. It's always a matter of sequencing. This is an operation, not just a quote-unquote mass meditation. Turn that thing white. As you are fully protected, supported, with such massive multiversal energetic backing. Fulfill your purpose by ironically stepping aside and letting go to allow your higher self to come through. Good. Well done. Okay, now refresh. Visually speaking, broaden that internal vision. See the teams. At least a couple of them. Over on the other side. Okay. And make sure You can clearly see your soul over soul, and I am, in the middle of that background panoramic view. And now we're going to really clarify, galvanize things with the right intent. Or question. It's key. Okay, interesting. It's amazing what comes up when you start letting go. Play around. You've got this. You are supported. You're being cheered on, whether you know it or not. Just get you into position. All right. Rest assured the plot will reveal itself. Okay, repeat after me, everybody. We must do this in unity. Authentic Legion of Light. And try to look at them as best you can, with Gaia in the foreground, a little beneath us. Authentic Soul over Soul, and I am. Authentic Hod guides. Open up pockets of fifth dimensional energy within the surface area of the physical plane of this density of Gaia. Through my consciousness and field of my current physical location in this time space, do what you need to do. Clear what you need to clear. Build what we need to build for true compression breakthrough on the physical surface. Within and throughout the next 11 days for that smooth transition and acclimation. run this simulation. Okay, so get that very holographic, almost like a holodeck image of Gaia, where the surface is very translucent, where you can barely see it at all. So you're seeing all of Gaia in and out, inside and out, but from omnipresence. It's kind of like programming the whole quarantine sphere into showing you everything, everywhere, all at once. Omnipresence. Look up at your I am presence, way over on the other side. Say to it. Omnipresence. All right. So anything. So think of this as a simulation. Again, the answer reveals itself right where the question is asked or where the intent is set. So many of you would have seen stuff come up. Make sure you transmute it. And again, we've set and hold the intent of seeing what comes up upon compression breakthrough, upon 5D energies reaching the surface. But hold the focus to make sure you turn it white. Hold. Again, change background colors as needed. See that stunning bright white light, turning anything dark gray that you saw, turning it white. Hold, let it disappear. Nice. Okay. Again, the goal is compression breakthrough, complete transmutation or dissipation of, as an example, quantum and subquantum anomaly, any dark amorphous consciousness, generally referred to as the lurker, wherever that is. We're going to simulate that as gone and see what comes up. Let go. Try not to define it, because we're going beyond our current level of consciousness. That's where freedom lies. Going into that deep meditative state, maintaining vision. At least a couple of the teams or your higher aspects over in the in the opposite end, in the background. Just be sure to seize. That sometimes faint grey or black image, and you transmute that per your unique soul, talent, and task. The image is already there. You have to trust in that by letting go and not try. It doesn't work that way. Because we are clearing stuff that will bite. Over the next 11 days. Because otherwise Pluto's going to dig it all up. Anyway, that's in the way. A full compression breakthrough through to the surface of this density, of this physical plane. Alrighty, finished up if you haven't already. All right. Some sort of a split. From north to south throughout the North American continent. Let me just take care of that. It seems to be connected to something around or in the core of Gaia, so bear with me. Again, just finish up, be the observer, be the detached, playful, inwardly focused observer. And then transmute the living daylights in it out of anything dark that's in the way of our freedom. Have a zero tolerance policy. Do it quick and fast and nonchalantly. to actualize your dormant power. You can do it. Okay. All right, so there seems to be a focused concentration of resistance on the United States. From Darkness's perspective, the United States must not get freed. Alrighty. Okay. Finish up if you haven't already. If you have, stay or go deeper into that meditative state of the observer. Okay, there seems to be, I don't know, thin, dark, perpendicular vortices or maybe wormholes seemingly around the surface. Let me just clear that. You go ahead and finish up in clearing whatever you see per your unique soul talent and purpose. Remember to show things to the teams as we approach that grand finale. Alrighty. Okay, interesting. Alrighty. Now see, again, see your soul oversigned. I am in the background. Tune into them, just observe them for a moment. See at least two of the hide in the background on left and right, go in the foreground. Okay. Repeat after me. Authentic soul, oversoul, and I am. Authentic legion of light. Just bear with me here. I need to clear something because it's. I think we're about to hit the nail on the head here, and there's a lot of resistance. Just bear with me. Be the disciplined operative that you truly are. All right, interesting. Not for the first time, this will be unprecedented, the 144K being on the energetic vanguard of it all. All right, repeat after me. And look, as you're saying this, at whatever it is that you're referring to. So, authentic soul, authentic oversoul, authentic I am presence, authentic hide, authentic cosmic central sun of this universe, and respective civilizations of the light. Alrighty. All right, just run with this. Truly let go. Don't try for a split second allow. See your soul over soul, and I am up above this universe. See the universe below as that very holographic toroidal sphere with that little spark of light, the cosmic central sun in the middle. Draw your light. We're all working through our personal codes here, combined the right way, in this right time space. Draw light and visualize this in whatever way works for you. Draw light from your I am, down into your oversoul, down into your soul. Let go, do, and let go even more, and witness. See this beam of white light go down into the upper half of that central column and through the middle of the toroidal sphere of this universe into the cosmic central sun. This is our galvanized, focused, united light and codes of our true identities. Allow. Give permission. And see this beam of light come through the central cosmic sun and see it come outward through the cosmic central sun and see it darting around like a pinball throughout all the central suns of all the galaxies. Don't worry, abstract visualization, even if it's faint, always seems to work just as well. Don't worry, let go, do, let go even more, allow, do, even more, high level, deeper level, allow, let go, even more, witness. Actually do it super fast as if you don't care. It all looks like neurons in a brain. Most of us have seen that image. All right. Spreading, spreading. Let's say it race through towards the outer parts of this universe within a toroidal holographic sphere. Let's see it race and move through the central sun of the Andromeda galaxy. See it light up, or should I say upgrade, the central sun of the Andromeda galaxy. Repeat after me. Authentic divine masculine activate at this level of density. That you're hearing this physical voice from. See the central sun of the Andromeda Galaxy light up into a golden activated Merkaba. With a divine masculine nature. See ripples outward emanating rings or waves of light emanating from the galactic central sun of the Andromeda Galaxy outwards throughout the Andromeda Galaxy. Clearing technologies that were integral in shutting down the divine masculine at this level of density.
90 seconds.
And in all the right Arcturian ways, he's pissed. See these outwards emanating, see, feel, actualize, and imagine outwards emanating
60 seconds.
waves of light emanating out from the galactic central sun of the Andromeda Galaxy and moving outwards through its spiral arms, clearing all sorts of technologies. Beyond super advanced magic-like dark technologies. They often look like either cubes or flat rectangular tablet like stuff or spheres. Let's get it on.
Ten seconds.
And one thing that you can try on for size. Do what feels good. As if you're in a freaking awesome movie. Of the tide beginning to turn for the light forces. All technologies on. And now, draw that beam of white light from the Andromeda Galaxy into the central sun. For those of you who may not know, the Andromeda Galaxy is the male half or twin flame expression of the Milky Way galaxy, being the divine feminine. Half. Of the same being. Andromeda Galaxy, Milky Way are the twin flame galactic level expressions. All the way over. She is no longer alone. Light up the galactic central sun of this galaxy. Some of you may have seen a burst of white light, transmutational white light, and then a magenta, soft core of this central sun of this galaxy. And see this beam of light come through into our zodiac. Through Alcyon. Let it be. Racing into our solar system. See the solar system as a faint sphere, because there's the outer Kuiper belt. And as a beam of light smashes through the Kuiper belt, see it just break up, smash up any last remaining confines or restrictions, technological or otherwise. It's like a glass sphere breaking up into shards and spreading outward. Because there's like a million celestial bodies and planets throughout the Kuiper belt. Just beyond the outer reaches of this solar system. Watch this spectacular emanation. Might be more than one layer of it. Bear with me. Stick with it. Try even less. Believe me, it's freaking worth it like you wouldn't believe. Move through Pluto. The beam of light, move it through Pluto. Through Neptune. See it all holographically if you need to, it's fine. Through Uranus. Through Saturn. Jupiter. Through the asteroid belt. Clearing the last chains. Confines. through Mars, bypassing Earth through Venus and Mercury into the Sun. See it holographically as much as you need to. See a golden divine masculine star Merkaba within the core of the Sun. Get cleared and lit up, initially into white light. Turning golden, cleared, reactivated, emanating golden divine masculine light outwards throughout the suns. And now back out through the other end of the sun. Heading straight to Gaia. Get ready. Okay. Bring it through the mid-Atlantic. Where there was once an ancient goddess Atlantean temple near the equator. See emanating outward, emanating rings of light throughout the ocean and surface in that part of the world. See this beam of light then go through into the core of Gaia. See it touch. Expressing love, undying loyalty to Goddess, the Goddess archetype represented by Gaia, into the core. This is also laying the blueprint for twin flame reunion, by the way. To activate a higher level of love required for compression breakthrough at this density on the surface of the physical plane. Meditate on this image. Let's see this beam of what is primarily divine masculine light come through and touch I suppose an upgraded, more receptive, more pure magenta Merkaba crystal in the core of Gaia. This will do a lot for the female collective as well, to amplify its healing journey. Well, we can go, you can write a whole book about the ramifications of this single act of the 144K. Have at it. See the teams in the background, your I am in the background. And hold because it's been a while since she's received love at this level directly from her twin flame. So allow her to receive, adjust, acclimate, taking things to the next level. Welcome to the 144K. Now, especially if you are the feminine half of the original whole soul, aka a goddess, you may be feeling a lot here. I'll just leave it at that. Allow that, feel it, receive it. Yes, you finally can. You may get a symbolic or abstract visual representation of what's going on here at the energetic level, which is where it all begins before actualized here where we are. Well, where this aspect of us is at here on the surface. All right, see, you may see it as either a magenta or a red color, perhaps, representing, I'll do my best here, love heart energy emanating outwards. Initially through nodal points within the surface area of Gaia's grids. And see them come through. So as it turns out, after we've cleared up so many blockages, there needs to be a next level expression of love, energy, to bring forth and hold, I guess, 5D energies, initially in pockets on the physical surface at the subquantum level. Don't worry, we're getting to him shortly. Okay, intensify and increase the light of that original beam of light that came through all the way from your I am through all the cosmic central suns and galaxies and Alcyon and Andromeda central sun, etc. Just within that holographic image of the internal side of Gaia, see it increase. And also allow yourself to see that grid area of that mid-Atlantic area throughout the water and the seabed, just light up all these crisscrossing 5D, 6D grid lines. They're coming down into 14 3D grid lines, obviously including the more familiar ley lines. They're just darting all over. There's a really cool finale coming right up. Play around with this image. Make your mark on history. I'm just going to be silent for a couple more minutes. If you need a bathroom break, now's the time to take it. All right, let's finish up here with one mother lode of grand finale. And you were in the center of it all. Remember, you're who and what you really are, which is consciousness, as one of the highest aspects of who and what you are, is very pervasive and omnipresent by nature. So you look at whatever it is that you're directed to. So in other words, do this in your own way whilst following this basic guidance or more broad guidance. Switch to primary reality focus. In other words, inward. Look up and just kind of casually rush through this. And trust me on that one. Look up at your I am, soul and oversoul. Visualize that in whatever way you want. Could be one on top of each other with the soul at the bottom, oversoul just above it. I am up above. Repeat after me. Authentic I am, soul and oversoul. Bring forth and out. The love in my heart. With the structural support to completely transmute all dark matter, dark consciousness, dark technologies, dark energies, dark intent, quantum anomaly, subquantum anomaly, and any form or expression of deviation from divine alignment. Down to the physical surface of this planet. Actualize now. Now look up above at that big ball of light that is your I, that represents your I am. And see an emerald, double-sided pyramid being built, constructed, to facilitate this specific request until it is completed. So it's a four-sided pyramid. It is an organic divine technology, just like our DNA, among loads of other things, specifically constructed through from the highest aspect of who and what you are, as this construct, in other words, structure that's required in the rough energies of the lower dimensions, lower densities, which is the divine masculine aspect to facilitate it all. And now see this green emerald outwards emanating, extreme higher expression of divine goddess love, of a universal nature. It just loves everything. It's not just a man-woman thing or twin flame thing. It's a bit more than that. And so now drop it down to your oversoul as a smaller ball of light, I guess. And don't worry, you can't get this wrong. Drop it down to your soul. And as we step it down into the lower densities, it kind of adjusts and I don't know, builds itself for that respective density is the best way I can verbalize it. Now see it come through down below your soul into that original beam of light, into that northern half of that central column of that every toroidal structure has. And don't worry, abstract works just as well. Abstract visualization. Drop it down. Into the galactic central sun. And then outward. You can allow yourself to see the same structures, this green emerald heart energy double-sided pyramid of others, of all the other 144K members, you know, following your double-sided emerald pyramid or others in front of you, whatever. And just zoom through in whatever way works for you. Watch it come through some central sun galaxies of some galaxies. And think of it at this beam of light that we originally drew through, originating from our I am presences, acting as a super fast conveyor belt. See it come through the galactic central sun of the Andromeda galaxy. Over to the galactic central sun of this galaxy. Through the solar system, through the planets, just briefly. Brief images, flashes of images of these things traveling super fast. Through the sun. And see that beam of light going into the mid-Atlantic. Again, you can see the physical aspect and or the holographic aspect, visual aspect, doesn't matter. And it's okay if you only focus on your green emerald double-sided pyramid structure. Go into and through this pyramid, the surface area of this pillar of light going through the mid-Atlantic into the core of Gaia. And some of you may have seen as soon as it hits the core of Gaia, you may have seen a dozen of these same green emerald double-sided pyramids. And sort of coming outwards towards the surface. Now ask your soul, literally or just by intent, show me where mine is supposed to go within the surface of Gaia at this density. And see it rise through the surface and see it get situated halfway on the surface. So the middle part, or where the two double-sided pyramid meet together in the middle, fix that like a mechanism, for lack of a better term. On the surface, the exact middle surface of Gaia, where it's the heaviest concentration of whatever form of dark energy, typically quantum and subquantum anomaly. And you can see these emerald double-sided pyramids come up through familiar nexus points of Gaia's grids. So you've got the converging nexus points of Gaia's icosahedron, for example. Quite well known, one off the coast of Florida, the so-called Bermuda Triangle. One in LA. I'm sticking one in Sedona. Yeah, this will really shake things up. You can visualize one coming up in your region. And if you have a large property, you can see it coming up near or within your property. See it click into place. And again, there's that, for lack of a better term, reverberation, both in terms of sonic aspects, light aspects, quantum and subquantum matter aspects. Let's just call it of light emanating outwards. Clearing, acclimating, adjusting, recoding, so-called reality, or this simulation of this level of density. See Gaia's grids light up at a whole new level. As far as the divine way is concerned, it is she who commands love. Any other important parts of Gaia? Visualize to actualize one of these double-sided emerald structures of unconditional love. Come up through into Syria, into and through Israel, one through London. That's certainly that place, sacred place of Gaia. There's got quite a few perverts. It's now all about the surface. So the double-sided emerald pyramid that you pull through in your town or through your property or somewhere very, very close that you know is a critical grid point, that's now sort of personally connected to you, and it's there continuing to gradually transmute all dark energy of whatever form. Many of you are subscribers to Cobra, so you can think of it as quantum and subquantum anomaly and or the lurker. But it clears thought forms, it clears crap. Whatever's not divine, basically. But within the most dense, thick, middle ground aspect or level of the surface area of the physical plane of this density. And it's only running at about 10% at the moment, 10% power, which is still insane and overwhelming. And it'll naturally step up by another 10% between now and the next 9 or 10 days. You don't want to do this all at once because we can't have the surface area and surface humanity metaphorically throwing up. It would be unpleasant and messy. But see it emanate. A very intense, very universal, highest form of pure love. Goddess energy. See these, what is essentially crystal pyramids. Again, the pyramid structure, divine masculine. Within it, and what is emanating, unconditional divine feminine energy. Divine masculine and or men express and channel love through the heart chakra. Divine feminine and or women command love by channeling it throughout their entire auric field. There's a difference. And that's for a whole other webinar. And you'll receive that info or more of that info when our surface dwellers are ready to hear it. As you continue to playfully, non-tryingly witness the anchoring and outward emanation of this divine feminine energy outwards, through and outwards in all directions of this emerald spheres of divine feminine unconditional love. In all these key nexus points of gaze grids, you can really have fun with this. All over the planet. See the grids light up? Light it up. Oh yeah, let's not forget Rome. All right. See a certain level of intensity of this unconditional green light spread throughout the surface of Gaia. From each of these emerald double-sided pyramids. Beginning to clear and transmute. The surface of where you and I are. Antimatter, wonky matter, dark matter, quantum and subquantum anomaly. See Gaia at a distance in that green emerald color of love, a higher divine form of love that even we are barely familiar with. So see Gaia as a small green sphere. Repeat after me. Authentic Legion of Light. Authentic all that is of the light. Authentic Source. Authentic I am. Soul and Oversoul. Authentic Hod. And all the highest angelic realms. is commanded. And observe Gaia sort of floating through space, so to speak, as we say this. It is commanded by the mandate of heaven and the divine feminine. Open up the highest 1111 doorway now. The highest. Straight to 5D within the next 10 days with ease and grace. Now, as always, you'll get the abstract symbolic representation of this, or you'll get whatever visual form makes sense to your rational mind of this 1111 doorway. It look like again, it might look like simply a portal of light opening up before Gaia as she moves towards it. It might be a set of gigantic doors opening up. Whatever. Make it happen. See this most sacred, pure goddess this birthing place, float towards this light, this stunning rays of light were coming through, and see it begin to fade into this light. Returning through that transition, safe, loving, supportive transition, passageway. We're on the 22nd. When we get together again, we'll be helping it come through the other side. See it disappear into the white light. Disappears inward. And now see this 1111 doorway or portal either just vanish or the doors close. Purpose served. And now see the realm that it just left. See the doors close or the portal disappear. And see this whole realm that we just left. Kind of dissolve. Into white or magenta. Because, as the old saying goes, the last shall be first and the first shall be last. In this safe, supportive, sequenced transition. Back home, back to freedom, and our natural divine state and existence. Congratulations, 144K. Feel the silence. Thank the teams. Thank and congratulate yourself for being here, for making history and being a hero, literally. This is impossible to describe, unprecedented, 11-day, I guess, 11-day journey from one master number of 11 to the next and last master number of 22. 11, 22. All sorts of configurations going on. Numerically speaking, which is part of the code aspect of things. It's hard to explain and verbalize all the different elements, codes and energies going on, occurring at the same time in this profound 11-day transition. Now, during this 11-day transition, for even as little as a minute, 5 minutes is good, plenty, but even 1 minute, a unwavering focus is good, better. Focus on that green emerald, that double-sided pyramid in your neck of the woods. As these structures, because that's what's been missing, the divine masculine structures, to hold and maintain and express unconditional, very stereotypical, divine feminine love. And all these permutations as it dissolves, opens up these pockets of light and dissolves. Quantum and subquantum anomaly and lurker and whatever else crap is there, keeping us here. You'd be well advised, in a relaxed, detached way, of course, to drop your tolerance levels to crap down to 0, especially over the next 11 days. 11, 11. I dearly hope you can truly feel and receive the unconditional gratitude, rejoicing of seemingly all that is. You know, a lot more than just the light forces, physical and non-physical. Nurture this emerald. Green emerald, sacred geometry, I guess, of love that will transmute, maintain and transmute. Ultimately, whatever's blocking us. From unconditional Freedom, love, abundance, return to galactic society, where your celebrity status awaits for your return. Do your best to receive that. And just, especially in the next 2 or 3 days, just see and feel and briefly visualize. I mean, if it's just for 20 seconds, that's still enough. What is essentially transmutational light constantly pouring out of this double-sided emerald pyramid in your neighborhood or region, just constantly transmuting quantum and subquantum anomaly and anything dark for that matter, constantly throughout your region, your town, your city, your neighborhood, whatever. To start transforming your life. Well within this 11-day transition journey. It's kind of like going through kind of like an ascension column in a sense. I was about to say wormhole, but there's usual negative connotations with that. Yeah, kind of like an ascension column. You can use the term birth canal if that resonates more with you over the next 11 days, and it will come out the other side on 11/22 using the numerological number code to make it happen, among all the other energetic aspects that the 144 gay, thank God, channeled and actualized at the last minute. And I kind of feel kind of lame saying congratulations 144K because that severely understates it, doesn't it? It's hard to fathom and comprehend what we all just did. So let that sink in, as that old expression goes. And play around with these emerald double-sided pyramids of mass transmutational, unconditional, divine feminine love to reclaim the rest of herself, the rest of her body, this sacred creation, the center of all the action. Yeah, what else can I say? That's fitting enough. Go lie down, beloved one. Or go for a walk and know that you've done it. You accomplished it, no matter how imperfect the visualization was. See and feel and connect with each day with that emerald double-sided pyramid each day. It's almost like a plant that you just planted. You're kind of like the guardian of it for the next 11 days. Let's stick with it. Because, yep, at this point, I don't know what else to say to properly comprehend the massive scope of what we just did. How can you? Every day, visualize that emerald pyramid in your part of the world and smash everything that is not divinely aligned. And let it do it. This is your loving servant, the unknown light warrior, having trouble verbalizing something so unprecedented to finish it off, other than to say thank you. As salutes all around are directed right at you. Please receive it. This is your loving servant bringing this mass intervention broadcast to a close, and I'll see you on the full moon conjunct Uranus to make the unexpected and surprise the biggest blessing. It's only up from here. Till then, beloved ones.